Whoops, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing. Great shot out of the rough. He avoided all the troubles just to get that on the green.
That was not an easy shot. He'll settle. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And he makes it for par. Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're making hamburgers.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Continues to roll the ball very well. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're back on a beautiful fall day here at the TPC Boston, getting set to kick off the action here on the back nine. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realized how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realize the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Frank, that swing looks lively and strong.
Oh, that had to fly 300, close to 310.
Second shot. Good look at... All right, the winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind, and you have to be certain of it right now. And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. And now we'll have this for birdie. Trying to make yet another birdie. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Moving on now to the 12th, and Frank, describe this hole for us.
Sneaky good par 4. It's long enough, sort of that 450, 460 mark. Bends a little to the left. Really, you want to be in the middle of fairway here because that second shot with the green just tilting towards the hazard. One of the toughest second shots you have on the golf course. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Just in the first cut of rough. Not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. And he's made it onto the green now. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Well, not in contention, but in for par. And another par 4 here at the 13th TPC Boston.
This is a slugger's paradise. Plays much longer than its 450 yards uphill. Big carry with the tee shot. That second shot's not exactly short either. Oh, that's fine.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frankie's knocking him down and picking him up.
Oh, it's just taking pins out, one after the other.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. Come on, don't do that.
Cruel lip out.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Frank, at the 14th now, and anytime you get a par 4 that is almost 500 yards, it gets your attention.
It does play downhill, though, so you don't have to smash away here. It's better if you can get something moving a little right to left. Then it will take the natural slope. You get a little more yardage out of it that way.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. Really. This is an awkward length.
Just misses. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. This for him would be one drop shot. And that's a bogey. Frank, after a couple of par 4s where you just sort of let it go with the driver, different strategy here at the 15th?
Yeah, you don't want to get carried away here. This is one where just a nice smooth swing, get that ball in the fairway. And that second shot, you've got to carry that false front. Oh, I liked that.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Right in the heart. Frank, here at the 16th, you really see this sort of New England character, don't you?
Yeah, that stone wall now protects that sort of two-tiered green. And it sort of showcases the golf course. It just fits in beautifully with what Hans and Faxon have done to the golf course.
Frank, what's ahead after missing the par 3 here?
Well, a tricky little shot coming up, but really this is a difficult par 3. So if you can get this up and down, it still won't be a lost cause.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
And that one ends up about 25 feet from the hole. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just 5 feet left. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Frank almost at the house, but still some work to do. 412-yard par 4 17th.
Yeah, just poke something down that right side. Really, it's the second shot. You've got to worry about that big mound in the middle of the green. Oh, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Wrong way pattern all day long. And this is just brutal. Frank, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact. That reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? This one just requires a little bit of focus. He got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston. This is one of the most exciting finishing holes in golf. It
was changed a couple of years ago, and it's such a better hole now. 2 little bunkers. right in front of you, 270 yards. But if you want like a litmus test, that one on the right, Bubba Watson can carry that.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. These putts keep the round together.
Finally, something happens that's good.
That's a nice shot right there. Bad news, that was a poor performance. The good news, they made the cut.
Yeah, we didn't see their best. Hopefully we see their best over the next 2 days. They're more than capable of chewing through a few names up on that leaderboard.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
This hole is really getting the best of them. For bogey once again. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Par 5 second hole, 540 yards. Birdie opportunity, Frank?
Birdie or eagle, but that second shot all the way across water. So you're going to have to hit a good tee shot to go for this par 5 and 2.
Good contact, good result. Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Long putt here. This will require a good touch. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Hole number 3 here at TPC Boston. It is a par 3. Frank, are you happy walking off with par here?
Well, if you've birdied the first 2 holes, there's a chance here to be greedy.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this. Great, too.
Beautiful. Here now with a par 4 fourth, and at just 298 yards. That's right, under 300 yards, and a par 4. You thinking about driving the green?
Only the faint of heart won't go for this green.
Frank, how important is club selection?
The best players in the world make the best decisions. They choose the clubs, and the right clubs, more often than anyone else. When the flag is on the front, you'll often see them slightly past the flag. When the flag is at the back, you'll see them often just slightly short of the flag. Choosing the right club is probably one of the hardest things to learn in the game of golf.
All right, in the bunker now. Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Very nicely done, right on the dance floor. Settles in over the putt. Good putt. Back on the tee here at the fifth. Frank, this one is not drivable.
Oh, that's for sure. Two bunkers. The one that most of the players really worry about is the one down the left side. 300 yards to carry that. I'm loving that balance.
Now that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Frank, the TPC Boston really starts to show its teeth here in the fifth hole.
Yeah, beautiful hole. That green up ahead, though, there's three different sections. Obviously, the easy section is that middle one where it just pokes out to the left.
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Going to have grass stains on the shoes come the end.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Sixth hole here at TPC Boston, always a fan favorite. What do people like about it, Frank?
Well, it's like a goal kicker hole. There's these two big pine trees, and especially when you turn off that back tee. Hit it through that chute, avoid the two bunkers on the right, you're in prime position. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Birdie try up next. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Seventh hole, Frank, is a muscular par 5, 600 yards. What's the way to play it?
Just tee it up and hit it as hard as you can. Get this one on the fairway here, then you've got no problem carrying that huge cross bunker with your second shot.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Thinking man's game, golf.
It certainly is.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Beautiful stroke right there. Finds the bottom of the cup with ease. On to the 8th hole, Frank. Nice par 3.
Yeah, this is where the accurate iron player will definitely get an advantage over the field.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, this, huh?
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, I love a hot dog and a soda at the turn. How hard is it to take a giant bite out of this 9th hole? Looks tough.
It is. Everything sort of bends where those two bunkers are, and they're sort of 350 yards to get past that. And there's an annoying little bunker that's about 30 yards short of this green. So you have to be precise with both the first and the second shot.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, here at the 9th, what are most players trying to do?
Well, you really have to be aware of that bunker. That's about 25 yards short of the green. If you finish up there, that's one of the hardest shots in golf, the long bunker shot. So you've got to carry that, even if you want to run the ball onto this green.
This won't hurt him. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Good effort and good par putt. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. Beautiful approach shot there and a good chance to take advantage. Made par yesterday, this one for birdie.